Today we're going to do part 4 of my video series here on YouTube. I see it's being well received. Apparently you guys must love when I come on here and just lay the smack down on the truth. Now in this video we're going to talk about gangbanging, because no video series can be completed without talking about what's wrong with young men gangbanging and older men trying to stop younger men from gangbanging. And you might say, but you call it sex talk, so how does that factor into what we're talking about? Simple. Because I'm going to explain the 5 reasons why I believe a lot of men are gangbanging. And you'll be surprised who are the main culprits of this bullshit. Now, there's two culprits that has to be blamed for this. Or we might go as far as to say there's 3 culprits. But the point is, we're going to start off with the first culprit who is responsible for this. And that is the baby boomers. So yeah, guys that are in their 60s, their 70s, their 80s. I mean, we can kind of, I'm not saying not to give men in their 50s a pass, because you'd be surprised, some of the guys that were in their 50s, they used to gangbang too. So some of the guys in their 50s probably may not like this, but yeah, you got to get put in there too. You see, the reason why it's the baby boomers' fault is because you guys say get a house or an apartment, get a car, get a job, make some money, and all the women that you find physically, sexually attractive will flock to you. It's almost like that movie, If You Build It, They Will Come. Except for one problem. It's a movie. It's not real. And the women don't come. They don't come until it's 10 years later, 15 years later, 20 years later, or extreme cases, 25 to 30 years later, when these women hit the wall and these women are too old to do all the stuff that they can't do in their 20s and 30s, then they will come. And by then, you'll probably be in your late 30s, early 40s, or mid 50s yourself, and you probably won't even have the time and energy for any of this bullshit. See, it's their fault because they tell you this, and these baby boomers fail to realize this ain't the 1950s, these ain't the 60s, these ain't the 70s, these ain't the 80s. Hell, it's not even the 1990s. It is the late 2000s. And you see, at this point, the reason why a lot of men start gang banging in high school, drop out of high school, don't want to go to college, don't want to get no job, is because they found out they were lied to. And when they find out that they were lied to, they're not going to want to do the stuff that they're supposed to do. And you see, the reason why a lot of the guys that you see now gang banging on Facebook and on the internet, I'm going to tell you what that's about. That is a result of men sexually frustrated and men having a hard time coming to terms with that when they hear these punk-ass pickup artists and dating coaches say you need to date young women from the ages of 18 to 29, problem is when you do get a girl that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 years old a lot of times, you're getting women that are dysfunctional. You're getting women that would rather something dangerous and terrible happen than for anything good to happen. Because you see, what we are as human beings in society, we love entertainment. Like, we really do. You know, we like basketball games that go into 2 overtimes, 3 overtimes, 4 overtimes. We don't want the fun to stop. The NFL, we like seeing somebody get hurt on the football field. We like seeing somebody knock the living shit out of Tom Brady 15, 20 damn times in a football game, and he gets a head concussion, and the guy can't remember what he ate for last night for dinner. We like that type of shit. It's like what Rorschach said in the movie Watchmen. We are animals. We are primitive by nature. We love entertainment. We love when some shit bad happens. Somebody tries to blow up somebody's house, we come outside to see whose house got blowed up. We see a car accident. We just have to stop by in our car or on the bus and want to see who got into a car accident. Not paying attention to the fact that that person is in tremendous pain Oh, but there's a car accident. I want to see what the fuck's going on. Same thing when it's a fight. We don't know who's fighting, but we want to see who got their ass whooped. We like that entertainment shit. Oh, how about this one? I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all will say hell yeah to this one. You always tune in to see Floyd Mayweather Jr. lose in a boxing fight. Oh, he's 20-0, I can't wait for him to lose. Oh, he's 30-0, I can't wait for him to lose. Oh, he's 40-0, can't wait for him to lose. God damn it, the son of a bitch never lose. Which, by the way, is why a lot of people hate Floyd Mayweather Jr. It has nothing to do with him being rich and famous. It's that he's boring. The guy always wins all his fights, and the guy never loses, and he never knocks nobody out. That's why people hate Floyd Mayweather Jr. You want to know why people hate Mike Tyson in boxing, right? Because Tyson's fights don't last past 7 rounds. Tyson would knock motherfuckers out in the first round, second round, third round, fourth round, and people be like, this fight was scheduled for 10 rounds, and you knocked the motherfucker out in 3 rounds. That ended too fast. So that is an indication that people love entertainment. And you see, you do the stuff that the baby boomers tell you to do, but when you try to translate to getting you a girlfriend or a wife, and the woman won't accept you with the dress shirt, the tie, the dress pants, and the dress shoes, you're like, what is the fucking problem? You get a car, and the girl act like she don't want you to have a car. But when you were on the bus and on the train, girl gave you no attention, or as in the hood they like to call it, she didn't give me no play. But I get a car, she trying to act like she don't see me. So what the fuck is the problem? A girl complained, well, I'm tired of coming over to your parents' and grandparents' house. And you get a house or an apartment, and she trying to act like she don't want to come over. And again, you say, what the fuck is the problem? She complained, you ain't got no job, so you go get a job, and she trying to figure out why you got a job. And you see, this is what I mean by women watch too much television, too many movies, and too much fucking social media. It's like, that bullshit's not important. That doesn't help you pay your gas, your water, your electricity. That doesn't help pay your bills. That doesn't help you pay your car note. So why you focus on that dumb shit? And these are women, by the way, that are from the ages of 18 to 25 or 18 to 27 that do that stupid shit. And you see, when a man has to get a whole bunch of tattoos, he ain't getting tattoos because he loves tattoos. He's doing it to please the woman because she won't accept nothing else but that. And when the guy has all this pressure on him to try to get him a woman, and he gets the wrong woman, and he tries to get the wrong woman to accept him, and she won't accept him, how does that make you feel? That you're 20, 25 years old, 30 years old, and you're a black man or a Mexican man, and the woman just don't fucking respond. That's a problem. And you're not just experiencing this once. This is 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You're experiencing this as a man. So when you see a guy tat up his arms, tat up his stomach and chest and his back, hell, tat up his face and shit. Mike Tyson did it. And the reason why those guys do that shit is so they can get laid. And a lot of guys have a hard time trying to impress a woman like that because she like chaos. She like destruction. She like shit that explodes, blow up. She needs some excitement in her life. I need that drama, aka drama bitch. And a lot of us actually find the drama bitch physically, sexually attractive because she got ass, she got titties, she got a cute face, she a fine motherfucker. So who is the second culprit at fault? People like me and you, we're at fault. Because as soon as someone says, why don't you get a woman of class? Why don't you get a woman that don't have no tattoos and no body piercings? And then as soon as we see a girl with no tattoos and body piercings, it's like, I don't fucking want her. She fat and she out of shape. And then people be like, whoa, wait a minute, but you said that you want a woman with no tattoos and body piercings, and she dresses and she has class, but you all of a sudden you get what? You get a woman that you don't find physically, sexually attractive. And most men can't stand that because that's being cheated out of a golden opportunity. At least give me a young, attractive woman. Shit, I ain't ever had a young, attractive woman. Or let alone give me a woman of class when I ain't never. It's like going out of order. You know how you buy DVDs, right? You know how you watch a television show, and when you try to buy the first season of your favorite television show, they don't have season 1. So you got to buy season 2. Then when you try to buy season 3 and season 4, they don't have season 3 and season 4. So you got to get season 5 and season 6 of your favorite television show. So you're not following the seasons in order. You're following your favorite television show seasons out of order. Well, don't no man want no woman that's ain't got no tattoos and piercings if it ain't going in order. So the problem is, we're at fault because we say, give me a woman of class. And when we get a woman of class, we don't want a woman of class. And when we get a woman that's dysfunctional, we complain she too dysfunctional. Now, if you watch the television show Sons of Anarchy, which the show ended in 2014, I think. Very well good television show because it had 7 seasons. And they could have done a season 8 if they wanted to. If you just watch the first season of Sons of Anarchy, you get an idea of what the main character has to go through with women. Every woman in this life is fucking chaotic and destructive. You know why? Because his mother is chaotic and destructive. He can't even have peace because he lives in a society, and I'm talking about in a television story, that you can't be weak and you can't be soft. There are days where he don't like killing people. There are days where he do not like driving on the motorcycle and shooting up places. But he's doing it because his mom prefers him to do it. And who does his mom get to make sure he does the shit that he does not like doing? His fucking uncle. And he has to figure out in his head how to get away from his uncle and his mom, because here he is, 23 years old, being forced to do things he think are logically stupid. Because they are. And at the end of season 1, he reads his father's journal. His father never liked it being a gang member or a motorcycle member. His father wanted peace. His father wanted to live in a peaceful world and away from the fucking violence. And he wanted the same thing. You see that when you get to the end of the series, you see when you get to season 7, he finds out that his mother had his own uncle, the brother, kill his father because his father weren't interested in violence and chaos. He was interested in a normal life. He just wanted a wife, some kids and some grandkids, grow old and die. He wanted that type of thing. And the mom thought that shit was boring and wasn't no entertainment. And when he made that television show, that's the best thing he could have done for me and you, because that TV show reflects how we feel today. We don't want no woman that want all this dumbass chaos and destruction bullshit. You don't need that stupid shit. Because it's not logical. That's why I made the YouTube video called Part 2 of Intelligence versus Social Intelligence. Because when women start talking about movies, television, and social media, that is social intelligence. Intelligence is your basic math, English, history, and science. And most women know that, but don't want to take the intelligence. They want the fun intelligence. They want social intelligence. They want what's more fun and exciting. What's fun and exciting ain't good. What's fun and exciting ain't gonna pay your bills. So you can't tell a girl that's 18, 19, 20, 21, sometimes 22 years old, intelligence. Because that's boring to them. They want to hear social intelligence. They want to hear basketball, football, rap music. You know, who got their ass whipped on Love and Hip Hop. They want to hear some ignorant shit. And when you are dealing with a woman like that, you have what they call a recipe for disaster. Translation, Houston, we have a fucking problem. Now let's talk about MC Hustle, who tragically lost his life at the hands of one of his own. You see, a problem with this is that when an older man opens his mouth and say, I want to see a young man flip houses, buy businesses, and put money into the black community, 99.999% of the time, this is why men my age do not want to do that. Because you see what just happened to him. He gave you a store where you can come in there and buy clothes. So you don't have to go to JCPenney's. So you don't have to go to Macy's. So you don't have to go to all these expensive ass stores that charge you $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $200. He tried to get you a place where you can order some food so you don't have to keep going to these expensive restaurants in Beverly Hills and being ripped off $200, $300, $400, $500 a plate. He tried to bring you some food in the community. He tried to get you a haircut place where the haircut is $20 so you don't have to pay $30, $40, $50, $60 a haircut. He tried to do all of that. And what did he get for all his hard work and dedication? His life cut short and taken away. And people like me, when I see that, I'm 33, he's 33. So what does that make me feel if I'm 33 years old and he's 33 and he just had his life taken from him? That makes me say, well, I can't put no barbershop in the hood because I already know what the end result that is. I can't give you no restaurant because I know what that's going to turn into. I can't give you no clothing store because I know what that's going to turn to. I can't invest my money into property and have houses because I know what that's going to turn into now. He's a prime example on why people our age don't want to listen to older men. Because you do it, and then who lose their life? You do. The older guy don't lose his life. You lose your life. That's politics. In war, the younger guy has to be killed in order for the older man to send the message. It ain't the older man going to battle, it's the younger man going to battle. So when I say I want the youngsters to get off their ass and learn how to flip houses and real estate, look what the end result to that is. And you see, when people say they don't want the chaos to end, Sons of Anarchy, the television show, is a prime example on why guys in their 30s do not want to do that. Because if I do it, how do I know I ain't going to have no one trying to follow me and pull out a gun and take me out? That's a prime example on why you be hearing Ringo TV Raw be saying on the internet, you can't help the black community. The Latino community is terrified to do that. Because they like, well, shit, if it happened to him, then, and goddamn, I can't do it either. And you see, this makes you very conscious and aware of, if I try to do what he did, I got to worry about somebody every single day trying to get me for 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, somebody out to get me. And a lot of the older men will say, well, you're not rich and famous. Well, it don't matter if you ain't rich and famous. It's the fact that somebody my age lost their life. So that makes me have to be very aware and conscious of every choice I make. There are times where I can't even step foot in that area at a Burger King because too many motherfuckers look at me like he look like the type of nigga that would try to fix Crenshaw. And I'm not making this up. I had some black ladies that are ghetto that looked at me with that look like he looked like that type of motherfucker that if he had power, he fixed Crenshaw like never before. Just looking at me hard looking and shit. And I'm looking at these motherfuckers like, you lucky that the shit that I see in Avengers Infinity War is not real. You lucky I don't have access to an Infinity Gauntlet. And I don't have to tell you what Thanos did in the movie. You know exactly what Thanos' motivation was. What I'm trying to explain to you is the culprits in this case is the older generation and women. Because if a man got to tattoo his whole body to get some pussy, That's a problem. If a man is gang banging at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, driving up and down the street, and his only motivation is to get pussy, that's sad. And then when the police catch you, the police ask you, why you doing this shit? Your answer is, cause I'm trying to make these hoes give me some ass. And the police be shaking his head like this, like, you trying to impress a low-class woman that ain't that physically, sexually attractive, not that fucking presentable, so you can get some ass. Yeah, and the police be like, oh my fucking God, we got us a person that watched too much television, too many movies, and too much fucking social media. Because it corrupts the fucking mind. And this is the end result of it. And the men who have to gangbang don't understand that the police can tell the difference between real Crips and Bloods and fake Crips and Bloods. Same thing for y'all Latinos. The Latino gangs can tell who are real Latino gangsters and who are fake Latino gangsters. The ones that do it for pussy, I got some bad news for you. Those are the guys that find themselves on the back of a milk cart missing, or on a 7 o'clock news dead, because you doing it to get laid. Same thing for the guys that ain't gang banging. I ain't no Crip, I ain't no Blood, I don't gang bang. But a lot of those guys, women say, oh, they weak. He ain't gangster. I can't give him no pussy because he ain't gangster. And these be the same stupid, dumb, delusional ass women who be in their 40s and their 50s crying to Oprah Winfrey that they single and can't find no man. Cause you watch too much fucking television. You watch too many Hollywood movies. You are obsessed with stupid ass social media. And you don't seem to understand that that's a plot device. That is a marketing tool of economics to make money. And the goal is to make money off of your fucking stupidity. Because the people who pay all that money are producers. And if the producers can get someone to give him money, his only goal is to make money. And if I have to use stupid people to make money, I'm going to make money at your expense of being stupid. And some of these women don't seem to understand the laws of economics. Because they've never took a math class. So they don't understand it. It's a plot device. It's a marketing tool to make you buy shit that you don't need. And then you wonder why a man gets a passport. Passport to China, please. Passport to Korea, please. Passport to Brazil, please. Passport to the Philippines, please. Because logically and biologically, man do not want no stupid dysfunction chaos. We don't like chaos. Doesn't matter if you're a black man, a white man, a Mexican man, an Asian man. Don't matter if you're from Russia, Germany, Paris, France. I don't care if you're from planet Mars. We don't like that stupid shit. When you see war, as in World War I, World War II, the purpose of that is to extract resources for survival purposes. But when you get somebody who says, I just want to see some violence because it's entertainment, you have a situation where you have a stupid, degenerate, delusional motherfucker who watches too much television and too many movies and doesn't understand that that's a form of entertainment. That is a simulation. It's called escapism. But when you want that escapism to become real, Houston, we have a problem. Call NASA. Houston, we have a problem. See, war is different because you got to extract resources for survival. Entertainment is escapism. And when a man has to get a bunch of tattoos to get the hood bitches, and then you got some guys that don't date hood bitches, they date girls that are supposed to be good, and then they find out that the girl go after the thugs. And then you be like, what the hell? And you see, this is what makes a man get a passport and go to all those countries. We don't want no goddamn chaos and destruction. And then when these women hit their 30s, when these women are 35, 40, 45 years old complaining to Oprah, it's actually your fault. Nobody asked you to want to be entertained by chaos and destruction. You want to do it because it's social intelligence. Intelligence is common sense. Social media is not going to help you pay your car note. Lil Wayne at a rap concert is not going to help you with your bills. And when you say that, then you become their most hated enemy. Because it's like the philosophy of Genghis Khan. Either you're with me or you're against me. And when you tell that to these women, you're not with them, you're against them. Because you're speaking intelligent. And this is the mind frame of an alpha male. And they can't stand that. And then the guys who get forced into gang banging or get forced to being a fake gangster, well, then the women are full of shit, because then by the time the guy gets 30, 35 years old, the girl gonna say you got 3 kids, you ain't got no job, you ain't got no car, how you gonna feed us and take it? But wait a minute, bitch. You don't, when I had a job, you didn't want me. When I had a car, you didn't want me. Now that I ain't got no car and I ain't got no job and I got 3 kids, now you want me to do the right thing? Now you see how they have an ass backwards mentality way of thinking? That's why you gotta stop watching TV and movies, because it corrupts the mind. And then you get a bad case where somebody's mind is fucked up because they don't think straight. And you see, these be the same women that complain are the main ones that are at fault here, that are the culprits. You wouldn't get, it's how it goes. A woman 30, 35, 40, 45 years old, you should never have trouble finding a man. It should never be that way. You make it that way when you choose social intelligence over intelligence. There's 2 levels of intelligence. And you see, when the women start smiling and laughing when they're in their 20s, they know exactly what they be doing when they try to make a man become a thug. Because the girl would rather you be animalistic, because it's better for her, versus, oh shit, he got the dress shirt, the dress pants, the tie, the suitcase. He ready to go to work and make money. Because she find all of that boring. But when she hit 35, 40, 45 years old, now she prefer you to do that. When logically you wanted to do that from the beginning. You don't get you're not having the opportunity to do it. Because all she can think about is herself. She don't think about how it hurt you and how you feel. And then when she see you dating Chinese women, Japanese women, and she try to figure out what the hell that's about, it's because you don't like the chaos. And you see, women are full of shit, because when they see you try to drive a motorcycle in your 30s, girls be like, don't you know motorcycles are dangerous? And you be looking at the girl like, when I was 20, you didn't have a problem with me driving a motorcycle. Oh, but now that I'm 30 or 40, it's a problem. Can you say contradiction, aristocrat, hypocrite motherfuckers? Exactly. Or if you try to go to Mount Everest, a woman will say, you know how dangerous that is, right? You know there's a volcano there, right? Well, the guy will say, well, when I try to take you to a picnic to the park, you think that's boring. But if I go to a place where there's a volcano that can kill me, now I got your invited attention. And you see, what women don't understand is when men have to do dangerous stuff like that, climb a mountain, go see a volcano just so you can accept the man, that's why the man be getting a passport and say, passport to China, please. Passport to Canada, please. Because I'm sick of the ignorance and the fucking stupidity of the individual. And you see, when you finally break through and they're 35, 45 years old, then they be trying to figure out why they're by themselves. Because if you take a time machine back to when they were in their 20s, they get to see all the stupid shit that they did. Okay, you want tattoos and piercings? Go knock yourself out, fine. You want to go have sex with 2 men, 3 men, 4 men, 5? Go ahead, knock yourself out. But don't be crying when you're 35, 40, 45 years old and you're sitting at home by yourself. It is a result of your consequences and your actions. So I already told you in this video, there's 3 culprits. The older generation who told you, go get your house and the car and a job and a woman to pay attention. only for you to find out that they don't be wanting you when you do all these things. The second culprit is us, because we always say we got a woman that's dysfunctional, but then we don't want the woman that's not dysfunctional. So we're the second culprit. And the third culprit is women, because you watch too much television. You watch too many of these movies, too much social media. That stuff don't pay your bills. It's entertainment. It's called escapism. It's called my life suck, and I would rather watch Love and Hip Hop because my life suck. I'd rather watch Sons of Anarchy because in reality nobody sees me at work. Nobody pays attention to me at my job. So I'd rather visualize myself as the main character of Sons of Anarchy because it feels better. That's called escapism. That's to entertain you for an hour or two. Basketball. I wish I had the skills of Michael Jordan. Escapism. And that's probably why a lot of these gangbangers keep getting killed, because these guys are under so much distress that part of it is nobody paid attention to me. Nobody taught me nothing. Nobody showed me nothing. And when I found out that everything was a lie, what was the point of trusting people? And then you add females into the mix-up, and the guys cannot do what? They can't be themselves. Because if they're themselves, women find that boring. So if I do something dangerous, now the woman likes it. Oh, I want to have sex in the break room at work. Well, I don't want to get fired and lose my job. A girl would rather for you to get fired and lose your job because it's entertainment to her. Again, she ain't thinking about you. She's thinking about herself. She thinks about you when she's 35, 40, 45 years old. Then she think about you when it's too little too late and you get a passport and you do passport to China, please. Passport to Japan, please. That's when she want to think about you, which is sad and tragic when you think about it. And then when you get 50 years old, they don't want to tell you this shit, but when you get 50 or 60, half the amount of time, you don't even want to be bothered by women because you kind of already have an idea of what the hell is going to come to your doorstep when you open it. Now in part 5, we're going to talk about why one person be trying to kill, or not kill, but stunt your growth when it comes to success. The haters.